Well, hello. We're going to try something different. The camera. I moved the camera, if you didn't notice. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try it. Everything's still a mess. Got too much utensils, too much everything. But I was in the middle of trying to get the kitchen painted and redone. And I thought, well, I can't mess up my videos because I'm fixing to cook. So they want to see everything. Well, almost everything. But so we're going to try this out, and I'm going to show you something here in just a minute. Okay, I'm going to get one of my crock pans, and I'm just going to turn my fire on right here. Maybe you can see kind of down in it. I'm going to get some olive oil, and I've got to put that in my olive oil container. So that's what we'll do next, is we'll get over the sink and put our olive oil in the jar here. I'm not going to put all of it in there. That's too much. That'd be too much. But we've got enough so we can use our olive oil. And I'll put this up here on the shelf. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some olive oil in my pan. We'll just see how this works out. I've been trying to redo a few things and it don't seem to ever pan out. I hope you can see with this Lazy Susan I've got here with my spices on it, but it'll work. Well, let's get us an onion. Let's get us a smaller onion. And we'll just peel that onion. We'll just chop down and peel our onion. I hope y'all doing okay today. It's kind of warm. It's not cold and bad and all that. We'll put this in the garbage here. Yeah, I'm moving kind of slow today, y'all. Now let's make sure our pan is hot. Now I'm going to chop this so we'll put it in our pan. I'm just going to, I guess, leave the video running. I don't know yet what I'm going to do. But I'm going to show y'all some of our meal today. Some of the meal for this evening. Because it's already 6 o'clock in the evening, y'all. Okay. We'll just take that and put that in our pan. To our pan. Now I'm going to add just a little garlic to that. I'll just use fresh garlic instead of powdered garlic. Let me get it. Usually, a lot of times I'll just use the juice off of it. And it really doesn't matter. However you want to do it. I'll just put some garlic in there. Now, we'll kind of get away from that stove because I can't figure out how to keep that microphone from giving y'all bad vibes, reverb. So we're just sauteing our onions there. Now I'll turn that down. Because now I went by Sam's just, y'all know I had to go to the doctor, and I got one of these chickens. $5 chicken. A little over $5. Let me wash my hands. Hold on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this chicken and I'm going to take pieces off and put here in my, heat it in my, because it's in the refrigerator, so you've got to heat it, of course. You can just cut that off. Get you some of that breast, part of that breast. Sometimes these are not cooked all the way. So you have to be mindful that they might be a little tougher closer to the bone. So what I'll do is I'll just take some of those pieces of chicken off of there. Now I want a little bit of dark meat too, so let's take a little dark, because that little bit of dark meat will make the meal a little not as dry, because you know dark meat has got the fat. So I think that right there will be plenty of our carcass, of our chicken. So now put this immediately back in the refrigerator so that I don't have to worry about it getting spoiled. I'm going to turn that fire on down because I'm trying to brown those, but having to do a video, I'm going to chop this chicken right here. That's all I'm going to do. Now that's some good chicken, but like I said, sometimes they just, you know, they know how long they're cooking them, so they put them all in those rotisserie ovens, about 50 or 100 at a time, and each chicken is going to weigh more than the other one, or less than the other one, so they don't know, so they have a set time that has worked out nicely for them. So they just put it in there, okay, we're going to cook this for 45 minutes. Well, there's a couple, 2 or 3 chickens in there sometimes that don't need to be cooked for 45 minutes. Okay, now I'm just going to add this to my pan. Sure am. Put that chicken down in that pan. We're just going to let that sit there and heat up a little bit. Now I'm going to take the spinach. Remember, I've got all that spinach. We're going to use some of it today. I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to wilt it down with my chicken and my onions. So, of course, you got to chop your spinach. Y'all see me use a lot of spinach because I need the iron now. Used to I didn't need it. Now I do. Mother always does. Y'all do too. Don't tell me that. So this will wilt down, and I've still got all that spinach in bags I bought. And I'm going to try to saute, boil them down, make some good spinach and onions, and I'm going to put it in the freezer, so we'll have it. I'm just going to put that in my pan. I'm going to just put that in my pan. And I'm going to just saute all that, the onions, the chicken, and the spinach leaves. And I'll be back. Okay, to this I'm going to add some cilantro. Not a lot, just about that much. About that much right there. It just gives it a nice little lemony flavor, kind of lemony. So I'm going to chop that. I'll put that in there. Love these Percolis cutting boards. This one is the inset to that big one. If I wanted to make a charcuterie board, and I don't be planning, I'm going to go charcuterie nobody. Or they better not charcuterie me, or they'll wish they hadn't. Okay. When I first heard of a charcuterie, I said, well, said she had a charcuterie, I said, well, is it contagious? I didn't know what they was even talking about, a charcuterie. Sounds kind of nasty, don't it? Oh, she showed me her charcuterie. Okay, see how that's cooking down? Wilting. That's just a wilting on down there. So we just want that to wilt down. And I'm going to put it on low. And I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to get this small pan and put my handle on this. And I'm going to put it back here and let that water heat up for my I'm going to use the always fettuccine Giovanni Rana noodles. I'm going to use them back here. And now I've told y'all this on every video probably I've ever made, but there's some new people that don't know it. So I've always been asked the question at demonstrations or anything, do I let my water boil for my noodles? Yes and no. If you have a noodle that you've homemade, or you buy these in the freezer section, they're just like what you make. Just dry it out a little more. Then, no. You just heat your water. Got to put some salt in it. Forgot about it. Put a little salt in your water. You don't have to get it to boiling or none of that. Just get it hot. And with these, it don't take but just a little bit like my homemade noodles. But now if you have a noodle that is a dry noodle in the package you get off the shelf, you know, they're hard as a rock, then yes, you need to put them in with the water and the salt before you put them on the stove. Put them in your pan, let that heat up with those noodles in the pan because they need that long of a bath to even get soft. But if you have homemade noodles or freezer section noodles or biscuits or anything else you're making dumplings, I always get my water up, not quite boiling, but you can. So now I'm going to get these noodles and I'm going to take some of them out. I don't know. There's a lot in them packages. Now there's a lot into those packages. But I don't like to keep them whole. Now, I'm going to just show y'all. I'm just going to cut. You can't see it, but I'll show you in just a second. Let me just cut a little bit. Now, I'm just going to cut those down to small bits. And I'm going to put them in my pot. Now, you probably won't, well, it depends. If you got a big family and kids and all that, yeah, you're going to make a whole menu of this. I mean, a whole recipe, which is your own recipe. But see, I've still got that much left. And we won't need it, but I might as well go ahead and cook it down, cook the noodles down, because there's no sense in trying to put those back into your package and save them, because they'll get back at the end of the back of the ice box, and in a month or so you'll say, oh Lord, I meant to use those. Well, I know you did. I'm pretty sure we got enough water in there. So let me just take the rest of these and put them down in my pan. Let me get a little. Now, I just want those to get soft, and they're, you know, they're cooked. You want them cooked. So, let's just get that up on high is what I have it. It's a little more in the simmer. So let's just let those sit there, and here is our wilted chicken and spinach. So, and also, while y'all been out playing in the yard, Mama, Daddy, whoever got this, I'll show you this. I went to Sam's yesterday. I bought these sweet potatoes, 5th generation sweet potatoes. They're big old sweet potatoes. I'm talking about, you got to be careful when you cut these because they are huge. And you'll slice your hand right in two. So I got those and I cut them, and I took some of my, I cut them in fourths. I cut these in fourths, and then I put the oregano olive oil that we made. We made this, and I put it in one of those TMU sprayers, and I used it. I sprayed these good, salted a little bit, peppered a little bit, and I put them in my convection oven for, I guess 30 minutes on convection. So they've come out now, a good sweet potato, and we will have that with our meal. I just thought I'd better show y'all that there. So now I've got this going and I've got this going. Now I'll do a little sauce for this, and then let me go be back. I'll be back in a minute and then we'll do this. Okay, I usually make my garlic toast, but this is that Great Value Garlic Texas Toast. Somebody brought it and gave it to me, and I need to use that, so we're going to use that. Now we got our, see, our noodles are starting to boil here, and we'll get that there. I'm going to go ahead and turn them off, because if they set, you can pour them up in your colander strainer. Let me get this going here. And I'll get one of the racks to put these on. I don't want to do more than probably, let's just do 3. I think that's going to be enough for Mother and I, and we do not need all that because it'll waste. So I'm just going to toast those. I'm going to put it on probably about a 3, and I'm going to start it. Now we can re-wrap these. We'll wrap these in one of our in a new plastic bag. We'll wrap those in that. Then those go into, get the air out of them, get all that air out. Those will go into the freezer. Now y'all, this is just a quick little meal. Okay, now those noodles, they are ready for me. Okay, I drained my noodles. And I'm going to just put them back into my pot. Now I'm going to get some butter. Get some of our challenge butter. And we'll put a pretty big dollop of that into that. The challenge butter. Okay. We'll also, I've got a little oregano oil here that I made, and I'll just put a little of that in my noodles. Oil of oregano. All you do is infuse your oregano into the olive oil, put them in the same bottle, and let them sit there for a month and get acquainted. Add a little garlic, just add a little garlic. I was going to do a sauce, and I thought, no, I'm not going to do a whole sauce. Let's just do a butter noodle tonight. Okay. Let's just, I'm going to get a little salt, a little pepper. Now, I'll scoop that, and I'll put that here on this burner for just a minute and get my noodles. Give them a butter noodle, make them buttery. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some heavy cream, just not a lot, just enough to wet the whistle. Not a lot, just to kind of now to that, let me get my grater. I got my Parmesan in here. I'm gonna get it. Gotta have Parmesan. Y'all can see that grating in there, can't you? Way the new camera, or the way the camera's set up now. I still want it a lot better, the camera situation. I didn't like it above because all you were seeing was above. Now that's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. Let me get these few little dregs off of that stove because we'll have cheese burnt. Now I'll take a little nutmeg. Y'all know me and my nutmeg. I just want a hair in this. I love it in any kind of food. I just grate some. I'm talking about just a little hair. Not much at all. People wonder what it, how that, all that looks good in there. See, we're making those butter noodles. That nutmeg smells so good. So there's our noodles. Let me get this kind of cleaned off. And let me check our bread here. Oh yeah, the bread's good. Bread is good. Bread is good. Let me see that bread come out nice. Whew, it's hot as hell though. Be careful, you'll burn yourself. Let me get a plate. Let me get mother a plate. Okay. So, you know how I put it out, all out here. Like, if y'all were here, you could eat. Okay, I'm going to take that's my bread. Now, I'll cut that and I mean, I'll use that knife. Get you a serrated bone knife. Just so you can, I always give her a little bite so she don't, give her a little bites on her plate so she can pick it up a lot better. Now on these butter noodles, we're just going to dip some of those butter noodles out onto the plate. I wouldn't say a whole lot, but I'm trying to cut them so they don't get all over the stove. So now, you know, that's a meal right there in itself for a vegetarian. You don't have to have this other stuff. You could use the spinach. I didn't want to put that all together because when you have leftovers, and I think it looks better when you, see, I could have put mushrooms in this. There's so much that you can do with food, y'all. There's so much that you can do with food. See, there's our food. That's what we're going to have. You can add a little onto this. You can grab a little Parmesan. Just a little Parmesan. You know, those little small things is what makes the world a better place. I wish I was here to have some food with us. God bless you. God bless us. And God bless the United States. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.